I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make a two-way 3-level facilitator, and it's gonna be probably the best one that you can make. So to start off, you gotta go point guard. You can't go shooting guard. It's gonna give you, well, first it's gonna give you a different name, and then second, the badges just aren't as good. So you gotta go point guard. And then for uh, right-handed or left-handed, it's whatever you prefer. Personally, I like right-handed, so I'm gonna go right-handed. Jersey number, that doesn't really matter. Um, so the pie chart that you're gonna choose is the red and green one, which is defensive and shooting. And this is honestly probably like the top 2, top 3 pie chart in the game, so you're gonna choose that one. And for the physicals, you got two options. You can go with the speed, so the purple pie chart. It's 91 speed, 89 acceleration, 78 vertical, and then a 56 strength. Or you can go with this one where it's vertical and agility. You get an 87 speed, 85 acceleration, and then a 91 vert. For my player, I did this one, so we're gonna go with that one, the first pie chart. And then for the finishing, we're gonna put the close shot to an 83, put the driving layup all the way up, the driving dunk all the way up, and then just don't touch anything else. So just 6 finishing badges. It's all you really need for this player. It's a very balanced player, so having those 6 finishing do make a big difference. For shooting, you're gonna max out the mid range, max out the 3-point, free throw, and then the post fade you're gonna put to a 77, just so you save 2 attribute points by doing that. So at this point you should have 205 attribute points remaining. You're gonna have 6 finishing, 18 shooting, and then for defense, pass accuracy all the way, and then ball handle all the way, and then post moves you're just gonna put it up 2, just enough to get to 11. So you're gonna put the post moves to 31, and that will give you 11 playmaking. And then for defense, you're gonna put perimeter defense up, lateral quickness all the way, steal all the way, and then defensive rebounding all the way, and that's gonna give you 19. There's no really other way that you can make this any better, because you can't really add to anything, because if you do, you're gonna just be losing badges, and then just like getting badges for a different, area of this player. So you can't take defense, because then you start to lose it right away. And in shooting, you go down 1 and you're down to 17, which going down to 17 or going down to 16 shooting will, that determines a gold or a Hall of Fame badge. So this is the best way that you're gonna make it: 6 finishing, 18 shooting, 11 playmaking, and then 19 defense. Now we move on. Body shape, it's whatever. I mean, honestly, you're gonna want something that looks like an actual defender. You wanna look like you're big and you're built. So you could go with built. I think that's just a little bit too big for me. So I'm gonna go defined. Just you don't look huge, but you also don't look like super small and skinny. So defined is what I went with. And then for the height, you're gonna go to 6'5". Obviously, like the speed goes down, acceleration goes down, but 6'5". The ball handling does go up, but you can put that back up to a 78. So you see 6'3", it's at a 78. You go 6'5", it's at a 75. Defense is obviously going to get better. You see the defensive rebounding goes up +7, and then the interior, which we did not upgrade, it also goes up 5. So 6'5", not only are you just bigger in general, but it's going to help your in-game defense with both attributes and just being a bigger player on the court. And then for the weight, you can go 175, you can go 178, whatever, 182, but 175. And the wingspan is honestly the hardest part about creating this player. You see default, it's an 81.6. You're a defender. You want to have the long arms just to make your defense even better. But in this case, where this is my first time going point guard in this in 2K20. This is my first time making a guard build that's actually need to be able to score, but also be able to create his own shot. And if I go with 81.6 default wingspan, That's an 83 pointer. That's a 75 ball handle. But if I go all the way down to 77.0, my arms are short, but you're gonna see the ball handling goes up 3, mid-range goes up 4, and the 3-point goes up 3. And off of my experience so far, I don't regret, choosing offense over some defensive, help in terms of the wingspan. Um, so yeah, it's whatever you really choose. If you're gonna put it down, but like you also don't want to put it down all the way, you should just go to 79.8. But after that, I think you should just go all the way down. But if you just want to put a little bit down, that's fine. A 79.8 should, be just fine. You want to keep it default. You're a very skilled player when it comes to like having like a decent three-pointer, as in, an 83 pointer, 70 ball handle. Default will work for you. But personally, if you struggle to shoot and you're not, and maybe this is your first time playing point guard, a 77.0. The wingspan obviously sucks going all the way down, but you're gonna have 19 defensive badges to bail you out and to help you, and then you're also 6'5", so I think just going lowest wingspan works. And then for the takeover, you got 4 options. Defensive takeover, lockdown takeover. It's good, but I don't think it's worth it. Shot creating takeover, I just think that that's not what this player is meant for. It's not really meant for fading away. It's more meant for just taking smart shots, not taking contested fadeaways. So it really comes down to playmaking and sharpshooting. Playmaking is obviously going to make this player a lot more fun because you can already shoot and you can dribble on this player. You have a 78 ball handle, but when you get that playmaking takeover, your ball handling goes up plus 10. So you're going to have an 88 ball handle. So, and you're going to be able to break ankles. So I think I went playmaking takeover. I do kind of regret it just because I'm not the greatest ball handler and I'm not like the greatest at like always getting ankle breakers. So I do think sharpshooting takeover is the way to go. It was very like in the beginning of the year people didn't really choose it just because they read spot up shooter, but it's one of the better takeovers in the game. So if you're very skilled, you know what you're doing when you have the ball in your hands, you're good at, you're used to being on, playmaking takeover, should definitely go with the playmaking takeover. If not, go sharpshooting. But in this case, my player went playmaking, so we're going to choose that. And then you're going to see you have built a two-way, three-level facilitator, super cool nameplate. You're similar to DeJounte Murray, who in the NBA he's a really good defender. Steve Francis, not really familiar with him, and then you got Curry, you got the shooting, you got the defense, you got the playmaking ability, and then the finishing, which people aren't gonna think you have 6 finishing badges, but I mean you're gonna have 6 finishing badges. So that's how you create him. And let's move on to the badges.